Hey guys! Welcome to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. All the details are in our video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share our video before continuing. Thank you so much. As the glitter of the new year began to settle over the entertainment world, a single post cut through the noise and sent the internet into a tailspin. A cozy series of photos of Hazal and Çağatay Ulusoy, standing shoulder to shoulder under a twinkling tree, laughing as they draped ornaments like it was a private ritual everyone had just accidentally witnessed. The images were warm, unguarded, and disarmingly intimate. Hazal wore a crimson knit that caught the glow of the fairy lights, paired with soft ivory that made her look like she'd stepped straight out of a winter film. Çağatay, in an understated, sporty look, had that effortless magnetism that needs no explanation. Between branches and baubles, their eyes kept finding each other. A touch here, a grin there, a private joke passing in silence as hands reached for the same ornament. Within minutes, those moments were everywhere, shared, stitched, reposted. Fans stared, zoomed in, and watched again. What happened next felt inevitable. The comment section split like a river at a fork. One camp insisted it was nothing more than a low-key holiday moment between old friends, a touch of nostalgia wrapped in tinsel. The other read it as a quiet confirmation of something deeper, an unspoken confession delivered without words. The way they leaned in. The way the room felt like a shared space. The way the laughter didn't look staged. It didn't help that we haven't seen them in such easy harmony in ages. Their careers took them on different paths, and public sightings of them together have been rare. Maybe that's why this landed like a spark in dry grass. Comments flew. Their chemistry is still unreal. Imagine them in a new series. Is the new year hiding a new chapter? The noise was loud, but somewhere beneath it lived a hum of tenderness. Even those who didn't want to jump to conclusions admitted that the warmth felt different. Intentional, even. Hazal has long been admired for being straightforward about where the line between her public and private life lies. She's candid, but she's careful. And Çağatay, always a master of quiet, rarely offers more than a polite smile when asked about his heart. That's precisely what made this post a minor earthquake. On a night that begs for romantic symbolism, they gave the world a glimpse that seemed to mean more than festive cheer. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't posed for a campaign. It was ordinary in a way that makes people believe it's real. Whispers started to crystallize into fuller stories. Industry chatter claimed that Hazal and Çağatay had been meeting with a small circle of friends in the weeks leading up to the holiday, keeping things low-key, no red carpets, no sudden joint appearances. The tree-trimming pictures, according to those in the know, were just a natural extension of these get-togethers, a cozy finale to a quiet December. If that's true, the snapshots weren't a performance, they were a candid reflection of a closeness that's been building out of sight. But the internet wasn't content to feel, it wanted to dissect. Amateur detectives went to work. Fans matched details in the background with older posts. That curved armchair. Those art prints with their cool blue tones. A ceramic bowl on the coffee table that looked suspiciously familiar. Screenshots were posted side by side, and threads bloomed with theories. Were these photos taken in her place? In his? Or had they chosen a neutral nest that someone had styled to feel like home? That one little word added fuel to the fire. Under a carousel of photos, Hazal had written, "The New Year spirit has filled our home." Our home. 2 syllables that sparked 1,000 interpretations. Was it a playful nod to an inside joke? Was it the way close friends talk when their lives overlap more than the world realizes? Or was it the kind of phrase people use only when they share a life? Before anyone could settle on an answer, Çağatay slipped into the comments with a quiet seal of approval, a simple note punctuated by a small heart, short and decisive enough to make the gossip columns purr. It was nothing. It was everything. Colleagues noticed too. A flurry of likes from fellow actors, directors, and familiar names crowded beneath the post, dressed in brief blessings. You too glow. May the year bring you every good thing. The industry rarely comments without calculation, When it does, people read between the lines. The suggestion was clear: whatever this was, it had gravity. Of course, these two have found themselves paired in headlines more than once. Past murmurs have swelled before, and each time they answered with silence, the kind of silence that preserves mystery and keeps the public wanting more. So this became the question of the week: is this time different? Was the timing a statement? Was the soft lighting, the effortless body language, the domestic ease a message carefully wrapped and placed under the tree for everyone to unwrap? Some sworn skeptics had a different theory altogether. What if the post was a prelude, a clever pre-promotion of a project that would reunite two beloved names and send ratings through the roof? Others insisted that even if work had brought them together again, what we're seeing isn't just poster chemistry. It's the way two people look at each other when there's history and new warmth layered over it. One thing is certain: whatever truth sits at the core, it's about to dominate the earliest gossip cycles of 2026. A second post, a shared story, a joint statement, any of it could tilt the narrative in an instant. Meanwhile, the choice to say nothing only deepened the intrigue. Those close to the situation insist there was a private pact. A mutual promise to keep personal matters personal, to let the work speak louder than whispers. And yet, these photos feel like a gentle rebellion against that plan. Not a reveal, not a press release. Just a soft opening, as if they cracked the door to see how much light would pour in. Then came the wave that no producer could ignore: renewed demands for a reunion on screen. Fan pages transformed overnight into pitch decks. One message echoed throughout the noise: "We've missed them together, and we're ready." Industry sources quietly admitted what we all suspected: phone calls were being made, meetings were discussed, and the right script could turn a rumor into ratings. Posts describing the pictures as the first proof of their revived on-screen spark lit up the timeline, and numbers don't lie. Sometimes the public doesn't just react to a story, they write the first act. As for those who can't stop watching their feeds, the expectation built by that one set of images has people refreshing every hour, waiting to see if the theme will continue. Another ornament, a candid shot from the same room, even a fleeting clip with the same warm lighting, any echo would send the speculation into overdrive. It turns out that for two names with this much pull, simply sharing space is enough to trigger a minor cultural moment. Appear together, and the internet writes a love letter before anyone has said a word. And maybe that's why this matters. A gesture as small as putting a star on a branch can rearrange the conversation. One sentence can shift the weight of a rumor from playful to persuasive. One new frame can turn a hush into a headline. In the calm after the New Year countdown, the smallest movements suddenly look monumental. That's the alchemy of celebrity: meaning grows where attention gathers. Behind the scenes, a consistent picture took shape. December, for both of them, had been quiet. No shared red carpets, no telltale dinner spots. If there was a deliberate choice to keep a distance in public, it made the closeness of the photos feel like a controlled reveal: a little window opened at just the right time. A gradual, careful closeness. Not a grand gesture, but something more patient. Something that spreads in the gaps between official appearances, on quiet nights when the cameras feel far away. One detail in the photos made people stop and squint. The neat little universe beneath the tree. Gift boxes arranged like a still life. No tags, no names, just careful shapes wrapped with precision. Too deliberate to be random, fans said. Too suggestive of a shared plan. And so the conversation kept looping back to the same question: was this merely a seasonal tableau, a holiday game between friends? Or was it a subtle nod to a night that meant more than glimmer and glitter? The truth, as always, is hiding in how they carry themselves. The laughter doesn't look like a pose. The room looks lived in, not staged. The way their hands cross paths seems unpracticed, the way a habit looks when it hasn't been named yet. And that caption, that soft, deceptively simple "our home," won't let go. Maybe it was a slip. Maybe it was a tease. Or maybe it was the quietest way to put a stake in the ground without inviting a circus. In the hours after the post, the ripple spread through group chats and newsroom desks. Editors debated layout. Producers eyed the calendar. A few brave columnists went all in, claiming the images said what statements would only complicate. Others took the safer path, suggesting that a new project was imminent and that the intimacy we see is the residue of rehearsal and shared responsibility. If you've ever watched two professionals set a tone on set, they argued, you know how quickly that energy can feel personal. But even the cautious couldn't deny the feeling. Fans, who have a sixth sense for what's performative and what isn't, kept circling back to the natural ease in every frame. The lighting was soft, but it didn't hide anything. The decorations were simple, almost deliberately so, as if to keep the focus on the only thing that really mattered, two people who know how to find each other in a room full of distractions. So where does this leave us? At the edge of a story that refuses to define itself. Maybe it's a love quietly unfolding. Maybe it's a professional reunion that reignited a familiar warmth. Maybe it's both, or neither, or something only they could describe if they wanted to. For now, there's only the afterglow, the way a single post can reorder the conversation, the way two names together can pull focus without a single announcement. Here's what we do know, attention like this doesn't go to waste. If a perfect script is out there, it will find them. If they choose to share more, they know where to begin. And if silence remains their strategy, the images they've already given will be enough to keep the questions alive for a long while. That's the power of restraint: say little, show less, and let the world do the rest. People will keep searching for clues. Location tags will be studied, lighting matched, background details charted with the zeal of a fandom that doesn't miss a thread. A second photo from the same couch would tip the balance. A story repost would feel like a hand held for everyone to see. But even without it, the impact lingers. That's what happens when two figures with this much history choose softness over spectacle. The moment becomes a mirror, people see what they hope to see. For now, this is where we are, watching, guessing, waiting. A new year begins with a quiet tableau and a universe of possibilities tucked between ornaments and laughter. The next move could be as small as a line in a caption or as large as a premiere date that turns whispers into applause. Until then, the night of the tree, those warm lights, those quick glances, that quiet claim of our home, will glow in the background of every conversation, refusing to dim. This brings us to the end of our video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel and share it. Goodbye.